Welcome back to The Vocalist. Today we are listening to the band Tears for Fears. I have heard them before, so rather than watch an official video from the 80s, we are going to watch a recording that was done just last year. This is live, and the song is Everybody Wants to Rule the World. Here we go. Okay. Normally we would get a little further than this, but I have to comment on how incredibly impressed I am at the quality of his vocals after so many years. And I never say this to, I don't even know. I'd never to be like, oh, I'm so shocked, someone who's above the age of 30 has a great voice. No, it's simply that with consistent and regular vocal use, like your tone is going to change. There will be a little bit of deterioration. Sometimes you can get more texture and more grit. I mean, it never says anything bad about the singer. It's just age does that. I don't sound the same way I did 10 years ago. So just how I'm sorry, I'm speechless. Just how similar his tone is to what I remember from the studio recordings, but also how smooth this is. We're gonna watch that again, and then I'm gonna try and keep my mouth shut. The analysis has begun. I want to talk about this. The sound is a little brighter than I remember. Now, granted, I don't know if I've watched any live performances from the 80s, but at least the studio recording had just a little bit more warmth. That could have happened in editing, or it could have just been his voice. But what I love about what's happening is he hasn't, I said warmth, maybe I meant just a little bit more of those bassy tones. I'll think of the word. Maybe I won't. Hopefully you know what I'm trying to say. That brightness, though, I think is so brilliant. Maybe not brightness, maybe just lightness. I don't know how to describe it. Because it doesn't sound like anything is lacking by any means. I feel like we're still getting that open pharyngeal space and this fullness in his tone. But that it feels like it's just a little bit further forward. And I think that, I mean, you guys know, I love forward placement and nasal resonance and all these wonderful tools that we have to sort of take the pressure off of the throat and, place the sound in other places. And I maybe that's one of the reasons like his voice has developed the way it has, is because he's just been so smart about maintenance, about taking care of his vocals and not adjusting as needed. We can't keep the same technique forever and always because our bodies change. And so it's good to have that variety and the ability to transition into new techniques, or just, have them in your back pocket for when you need them, so that you're exercising your muscles in different ways. And that's my theory as to why, like, one of the reasons this just sounds so great. And that low note, it was so full and so resonant. Here we go.
Best behavior, turn your back on Mother Nature. Everybody wants to rule the world. It's my own design. It's my own remorse. Help me to decide. Help me make the most of freedom and of pleasure. Nothing ever lasts forever. Everybody wants to rule. There's a room where the light won't find you. Holding hands while the walls come tumbling down.
I'm going back to the beginning of this verse because there was this gorgeous breathy quality that he started with, and then as it progressed, we got a lot firmer reduction, especially on those high notes, and I love that.
It's my own design. It's my own remorse. Help me to decide.
On two, that was where it really started.
It's my own remorse. Help me to decide. Help me make the most of freedom and of pleasure. Nothing ever lasts forever. Everybody wants to rule. There's a room where the light won't.
Other thing I want to comment on, this particular song, those are not easy intervals. Now, yes, once you know a song and you've got it, in your muscle memory and in your brain and all of those things, it's there, okay? But learning that and getting the intonation just right on those intervals, I think it's a challenging song because of that, and where those particular notes sit in his range. And so the flexibility of going, there's a lot of coordination involved because, he's got to be in chest voice, he's got to be in mixed voice. But then whenever you are making those moves between even just chest and mixed voice, you're utilizing different muscles. And so on top of that, you then have to balance the air pressure because, too much, you might go sharp, not enough, you might sing under. And so there's just a lot of coordination and dexterity involved, and it's real good. So here we go.
Holding hands while the walls come tumbling down. When they do, I'll be right behind you. So glad we've almost made it. So sad they had to fade it. Everybody wants to rule the
Those low notes are so good. fascinating to see how he's forming words and also creating space, because rather than just let the jaw drop, you can see that spread, that sort of pull up with his facial muscles, so that it's not just all downward. It's literally in both directions. And I think it's just creating such a great sound. Here we go.
And this indecision, married with a lack of vision. Everybody wants to say that you'll never, 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 never need it. One headline, why believe it? Everybody wants to all for freedom and for pleasure. Nothing ever lasts forever. Everybody wants to.
Ugh. I feel like on the surface, this song sounds really easy to sing, but it's not. Yes, maybe for some voice types it's easier than others, but whether it's, the tessitura of the chorus, the intonation in those intervals, or even just stamina, really getting through these long, sustained, luxurious phrases. There's a lot to it. It was such a treat to hear just how good they still sound. The other thing that, sort of came to me as I was reflecting on those low notes, I think some of that airiness or that breathiness, that quality that we were hearing sort of mid-range in this piece was really benefiting him on those lower notes. I know I've mentioned this before, but when you are singing at the bottom of your range and your chords are as fat and thick and short as possible, they still have to be able to vibrate. And an easier way of accomplishing that is by sort of relaxing the muscles around and allowing some air to flow instead of feeling like you really have to sing with full force, because as soon as you tighten, there isn't as much ability to create those vibrations. So that's it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching with me, and hopefully I will see you next time.